Hello everybody, welcome to Friday's stream, last one of the week. I know yesterday I wasn't sure what I was gonna stream, and then the last week or so I've been kind of thinking about doing a little bit of updating for my website and YouTube channel and just kind of profile stuff. And I've been really dragging my feet on finally doing the YouTube banner, but I really want to update it because I feel like there's a lot more that I do now that I used to kind of do, and that I want people to know that I'm doing. So I wanted to update my banners so it would kind of feel more kind of current to what I'm doing now. And so I played around with a couple ideas. I didn't like a lot of them, but then I ended up coming up with one that I do like. I feel like the silly ducks are playing a really big role in what I'm doing now and what I want to do in the future. So I wanted to incorporate a silly duck, of course. And then I kind of wanted to update my drawn version of me. Hold on, let me turn on the music a little. I have the hardest time multitasking if the music's too loud. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. So this duck here is part of the illustration. And so I can show you guys kind of what I was thinking. I'm keeping it my first idea was too busy. I wanted to incorporate sections that were showing my my designs, collections, all my silly ducks, my storyboards, my what was the third thing? Oh, my live stream. But it looked too cluttered. So let's see. So this is my original one. Ignore the background. That's just the guide to show me where to fit the illustration into size-wise. Because if I go outside this boundary, it's not gonna fit. So that's what that's for. This is my original one. And it's nice, but I feel like the silly ducks are making up a big part of kind of who I am now as an artist. So I needed to update it and incorporate them. And then also because I'm doing live streaming, I was thinking if I made a new version of myself, maybe I wouldn't do something so chibi style, and I would do something a little more realistic, but still stylized. And so I did I took some pictures of myself as a reference and just kind of traced over it. So it would look pretty real, but also still an art style. So today we're gonna work on kind of coloring those in and then putting them all together. But the concept for the one with the silly duck, let me erase this here. I kind of sketched out this idea that I liked of stepping stones, because I feel like life is kind of stepping stones and you can't always see the one in front of you. And so I toyed with the idea of having the stones in front of me not too visible, and then the ones I had stepped over would be very clear. But then I was kind of we're kind of missing the art element. I do this where we have the jumping lines. I have the little silly duck behind me, and then I had keep on creating because I usually have that at the end of my stream. And that kind of quote is also inspired by my watercolor teacher. I feel like she was a really big influence in kind of pushing me to try things that I maybe wasn't ready to try or thought I wasn't ready to try. And she had a saying where she said, "Keep on keeping on." And I really like that. So it incorporates the keep on part, but mine's keep on creating. So it's kind of a combination of my own philosophy of just I honestly constantly feel I just want to create things. I mean, obviously I take days off, so I'm not always creating, but if you were to just sit me down and I had nothing to do, I would probably try and find something to create. So that's kind of where that comes from. And then, so while I was drawing out the outline for me and the silly duck as well, I was kind of playing around with the stepping stones, and I wanted to add elements of color. So I decided to make each little stepping stone instead little paint splats, and then I'm gonna have it look like the colors mix from our footsteps as we go through, and they get messy, because I do the idea of I think I'm a big perfectionist, and so there is a part of me that would want all these colors perfectly separated. But what I think art has taught me is to kind of like let go of the perfectionism, because anytime I'm trying to be perfect, I end up ruining a lot of my paintings, and sometimes it's best just to let things happen, and it often looks better that way. So there's the kind of like the idea for that. And then yeah, so we're kind of like jumping from stone to stone, but it's also like color to color. And then we have kind of like the rainbow. We have like a rainbow colors, which is fun. So that's the plan, guys. Also, there is a spider. I don't see it now, which is kind of terrifying. That has been circling like the ceiling in my room for the last 20 minutes. And I'm just praying it doesn't come this way. So if I scream at some random time, it's probably because a spider dropped on me. I'm hoping he just stays over by the window, but we'll see. If he gets low enough, I'll try and capture him in one of my jars, but we'll see. So yeah, if you see me just randomly looking off, it's probably because I'm trying to keep an eye on the spider. So that's what we're doing today, guys. We have a fair amount of stuff. Let me make sure this is on loop. OBS is reconnecting. Okay, OBS is having a little trouble. Let me know, guys, if stream is having any issues or if the delay seems really long. Alright, so I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this. I like putting all my like process steps up on PureRef so I can look at them. But I got started on a lot of it already, so here's kind of what I have, and then I'm gonna have the text underneath with kind of like what I do and what's gonna be like on my channel. So it's gonna kind of look like this. I just need to finish the colors, and I also need to finish the line work on the silly duck. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish this line work, and we're just gonna go as far as we can. And ideally, I'd love to have it finished today, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I was gonna do some storyboarding, but I think I'm gonna save that for another stream. I think I was using a size 25, 30? Maybe the following week. I won't be streaming next week, but the following week I'll be streaming. And perhaps we'll do some... Maybe we'll do some, like, action storyboard sequences. I haven't done any action sequences in a long time, and I'd really like to try doing it again. I've watched a lot of, like, TV shows that had some, like, crazy, like, choreo slash camera work, and I was, like, so inspired to try it. But, you know, like, those kind of things are really hard because you have to really, like, coordinate out where everybody's moving and kind of, like, how you want to capture the camera. So it'll be a challenge, but eventually I would like to do something like that on stream. I think it might be kind of fun. But today, we're just gonna do chill stuff, and we're gonna draw and color and hopefully get my YouTube banner done by the end of the stream. So here's hoping. I'm really glad that I went ahead and, like, the other day, actually that was like that was probably last month, if I'm being honest. I went ahead and I did the, like, character sheets for my silly ducks so I can, like, consistently draw them. I feel like that was a win. I'm glad I did that. I'm not sure if I like this arm here. Like, is the flow right? Maybe I should do something more like that. It's like a slight bend here. I don't want to, like, draw a complete elbow out for the duck because they don't really have elbows. I kind of like the design staying, like, rounded and not very, like, pointy. So I don't usually go into too many sharp edges on these little ducks. And I also am using, like, this is the brush I always use for my silly ducks. So I'm using that. And I also did You guys, I can show you. I already did me. We just need to color it. But I used this brush, so we have that done already. We just need to finish the little duck here. I don't think I'm gonna go crazy on like shading. I think we're just gonna do like a really basic color fill. I think that's what we're gonna do, yeah. We'll do like a little subtle shading, but like it gets pretty like shrunk down and it's not even that like large of a picture at the end. So if I put a bunch of detail into it, it might just be a waste of time. But I am drawing these like higher resolution than needed just because I don't know if I'll be using them for anything else. And so I thought, well, why not make them a little bit bigger? Just in case I need them for something else. So, here we go. Yeah, the idea for this, like, I literally just came up with today. I'm hoping it's like, hope I don't wake up tomorrow morning and I'm like, that's actually a terrible idea. I don't like it. Usually, like, I'll spend a longer time thinking about something. Like, I've been thinking about that I wanted to change it, but I haven't been thinking about the specifics of it. And so I'm hoping that, like, I didn't rush into this too fast. Also having some plans to update my website. Because I feel like it just needs a lot of, like, I have, like, a section for like just like my sketches, like gesture drawing sketches, and those are so old. And so I want to update those to better reflect my art style now. And then I also want to add in like a section for the silly ducks. I think I was telling you guys about this before, but at some point I would really like to use my ducks to like collab with either like different brands or maybe like fundraiser type stuff so that like I can use my ducks as a way to kind of like do something good in the world. So that's the plan. So like I think I need like a section on my website just for the ducks. So maybe like people can kind of like understand like why I create them, like what's my mission with them, and like what these silly ducks are all about, you know? So I want to do that. But I figured my YouTube is kind of like a big platform for people to kind of like get to know me, especially since I'm streaming now. So I figured I should probably start there. All right, let's do the flippers. If I could animate, I should really learn how to animate, guys. It would be kind of fun to do animated stories with the silly ducks. I just don't know if I'm that ambitious. I had like some plans where I was like, well, maybe I could rig one. Like, you know how you can do like 2D rigging in Blender now? But man, I started watching videos for that and I was like, there is no way. I don't know if I have it in me to learn animating. I think the extent of my animating skills is like when I do storyboard animatics. Any more than that, and I think I would go insane. Really respect the animators. But I know my limits, you know? There's only so much I can do. You know what? I'm gonna do the flipper part on a separate layer just in case. In case I make a mistake. Which I've been known to do. I'm still trying to figure out. I think I like it better when I kind of like round the edges of the flipper a little. Ducks technically have like a little talon, I guess you would call it. A little claw on the end of their flippers. But I think it might look more consistent with the character design if I just round it, because the rest of the duck is really like rounded and cute and soft. So if we suddenly have like claws, it might make it scary. I don't think we want to do that. We gotta keep the silly ducks looking cute and friendly. Oh, you know what? Maybe we didn't leave that out. That kind of looks good. All right, let's go to this side. We might have to, depending on the perspective, I wanted to make sure that it looks like the feet on the duck here, the little flippers, are matching like the perspective of the stepping stone slash paint. And then also are like in a line with how my feet look. So we might have to realign them a little bit. I think I made that flipper too small. Needs to be bigger. Maybe... See, I want to rotate my canvas, but Photoshop is such a pain where it keeps... Okay, spider's over by the window. We're good. Please, Photoshop. Don't lag out. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, we need to do... I thought I already did the build. Oh, I did. Here we go. I had it turned off. Let's add in the smile. I also did the mouth on me to look similar to how I do the ducks. I thought that might help, like, keep it consistent. It's definitely not hyper realistic by any means. I think it works. Now, did I draw... I think I make the eyebrows. Maybe make this one floating. I feel like that's cute. Sometimes I draw like little anime blush lines. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I don't do it on all my ducks. I might just do it in the color. Sometimes I'll add just a little bit of pink on the cheeks. Alright, let's get the rough away. I feel like it's missing something. I don't know what it is though. What is it missing? I think I want this leg to come forward a little bit. There we go. I can't figure out. Maybe it's the eyes. I think I have to usually make them bigger. I think I try to make them pretty cute. There we go. Let's need to make this one. Alright, well, we can mess around with those. The direction the duck's looking in a bit. Because it's probably going to change once I add in. It's kind of torn. Like, I thought about putting feathers on the head. So it's like back here. Like that kind of thing. But I think I'm going to leave it. Alright, let's do Another question is like, I feel like this duck that I'm deciding here is the one that's gonna like, it's gonna be like the duck that's like my character duck. So I'm trying to decide what I want it to look like. I feel like the internet would expect just like a generic white duck with the orange bill and flippers, but I'm kind of like wanting to make it look a little different. Just because like we have had a lot of different duck breeds and there's so many like fun colors they come in. One of like my favorite ducks we had was Miss Puddles, and she was just like a little like light, kind of like mousy brown color. So I'm thinking I might do her. But then we had this other duck that I really loved. Her name was Sally, and she was super sassy. And she was like a blonde, like golden color, and then she had like what looked like white eyeliner. So I really like her. So I'm trying to decide, like, do I go with the other duck that I really like is one we have now, and that's Benny. But she's like multicolor. She's like so many different like color variations in her feathers, and I think it would be really hard to try and like simplify that. So I think we have to choose between like Miss Puddles and Sally. I just don't know. Sally would be like kind of like this golden color. Okay, I feel like the upside with Sally is that she did have like an orange bill and flippers, which I feel like people expect from ducks. But like, we don't have to do what people expect. I'm just like on the... Okay, here's what we do. We do like a rough fill of one and then the other. And we'll see how it fits in, like color-wise. Which one will fit best with the rest of the drawing. Alright, so this will be Sally. She was like a really feisty duck. It was really funny. But Miss Puddles was also really feisty. She was really like, she was hyper independent as well. Like she would always just run off on her own. Guys, the spider is gone missing. Like praying it's not a puppy. Anyway, yeah, so I feel like both of the ducks I would love to have as my... But then like I can also come up with my own kind of duck if I wanted. So maybe we make some variations. I do like drawing like the Cayuga ducks. I usually do like the dark, like deep purple shade. And then do like some like patchy white feathers. Like that's always cute. So I could do that as well. Okay, so this is our Sally. And then we'll do a Miss Puddles. I think I'll use like a warmer brown. Just to make it look more lively. And then she had like gray bill and flippers. She did have some white feathers on her wings. But it wasn't a lot. She did change color a little bit as she got older. She got a couple more white feathers. It's so hard deciding what you want to do. This is actually really cute. Oh, maybe we do that. Okay, I think I'll do like a purple. I think I usually do like a purple gray. Looks nice with like the orangey brown. OBS. Okay, we're back. I don't know why it's doing this. I think we're good. I'm sorry about that, guys. My computer, it's getting old. It needs some updating, to say the least. I'm praying that we can get through stream without any more crashing issues. Okay. I think I'm leaning towards this one, guys. Okay, so here's Sally. Oh, we forgot to do the eyeliner. Her eyeliner is kind of like this. Yeah, I feel like more people would recognize, because like she kind of looked like, well, actually no, she didn't, because the female like wild ducks you see, I think have more like black feathers mixed in. All right, we're gonna do this one though. I just feel like I like this better. All right. I'm just gonna separate these layers because I want. Actually, I'm gonna fill the whole thing with one base and then we'll build on top. That's how I usually do the ducks, so we'll just use the same method. And then we need to color the illustration of me. It feels like vain to be drawing myself. Like, I didn't think of it that way, but like, yeah, it kind of is. The duck is gonna be the main star, though. I toyed with putting the duck in like a hoodie, because my original character has like the green hoodie, but I think I'm ready to like evolve from my hoodie era. So I think we're gonna leave the hoodie in the past. Sorry to outgrow some stuff. That said, I still wear hoodies. It's just, I don't know if I want like me to be defined by the hoodie. You know what I mean? I think that what'll define me most is my ever-changing hairstyle and color. It's probably what's gonna be one of the biggest things. All right. So that's the base. Now we'll do the bill and flippers. And then we'll shade them. I think I'm just gonna leave out any white feather details. Kind of like the idea of keeping it simple. Another challenge I thought we could try doing on stream if we wanted to do storyboarding is I thought, what if we took like the choreo and like mapped out from like a movie we already know, and then we try to like reframe it and like do all the camera shots. So we would like map out. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So like imagine like the scene. We know in the scene that like this person here comes out of this door, right? And then they like attack this person, right? It's like a big boss or something. So we could already like, we already know that like, okay, this person's gonna go this way, and then this guy's gonna go over here to block them, right? And then he's gonna grab like a big rock, whatever is like already like choreo for the fight in the film, except we are not going to like draw frame for frame what they did. Instead, we're gonna be like, okay, how would we have like boarded that sequence, and then try and like do our own variation of it. I feel like that might be kind of a fun challenge. Okay, so this is gonna be the eye fill. And the mouth. think we'll just do like a pinky red color. There we go, that's cute. All right, let's do some subtle shading. All right, for the base, we're gonna do like a warmer red. Usually I do go in with like this brush first, and then I'll soften it out with a kind of like a paint splatter one I have. Right now I'm just kind of like blocking in what I want to have. And then we'll do the same, the bill and flippers. Might be a little too purple. I like adding a lot of color to my shadows, but sometimes I think I go a little overboard. Like, I do need to have a little bit restrained. Looks like we missed a spot here. Okay. And then maybe we'll go like towards blue as we get the highlights here. Yeah, that kind of looks nice. All right, let's go and use our, I feel like this brush is kind of like an airbrush. I think in the next month I'm going to, yo, Joe, welcome. I think I'm going to, oh, no wonder I'm on the wrong layer. Man, why does OBS keep disconnecting? If you want, I can give you a preview of the Minecraft Cherry Blossom Grove song. Oh, yo, I'd be down. We can play it. Guys, Joe's working on another Minecraft-inspired track, and it is so good. He's gonna give us a little spoiler. Wait, did you mix it? Our internet is bad today? Yeah, I think that must be what it is, because like OBS keeps saying, oh, you'll send in Discord, thank you. All right, let me open Discord. Loading. It's loading. There's a spider running wild in my room, and I keep losing track of it. And I'm just hoping it doesn't come this way. All right, guys, let's pause. Okay, let's make sure this doesn't blow out our ears. Oh no, we can crank it. All right, we're good. Wait, mine does that too. I thought it was my PC. Now I'm 110,000% sure it's just the internet. Yeah, I mean, does it do it every night for you? Or is it just like randomly? Because mine hasn't done this in a couple weeks, but it has done it before. Okay, what layer were we on? This layer. It does it randomly, maybe once every 3 hours. Yeah, I don't do streams that long anymore, so I can't really test it for longevity, but it could be OBS just needs an update. I don't know if mine's, I think you can check in the settings if it's up to date. I need to check that. Yo, when are we getting this on I guess like YouTube too? This song is so good. I think I'll add like soft, kind of like peachy color brown here as our little highlight. Soon I'm getting the alto part recorded. Let's go. Yeah, today we're working on a new banner for my YouTube channel. I'm updating my YouTube banner because it's kind of gotten dated. So I'm like, we need something that reflects. Do you hear the humming? Hold up. I don't know if I hear it. I hear like ambience. I like what I'm hearing. Good. Also, do you, you never stream on YouTube though, but like some reason my chat's like auto translating things. I don't necessarily want it to do that. I don't know how I turn it off. Like it'll tell me it's translated because I'll have like the little translation symbol next to like what you said. But it doesn't show what it was before, like it's doing it automatically. Like I don't want it to do that. Weird, yeah. Bro, this is so chill. There's probably setting. Yeah, I need to look for it. I forgot to. Yesterday, Gecko was saying, I was asking how to say like asparagus properly in German, and he like wrote it out, but it auto translated it. I was like, why is it doing that? But then I forgot that I needed to fix it. Yesterday feels like eons ago. I don't know why. I've been talking Russian this whole time. Well, it hasn't said it's been translating all of your words. So it's only partially working. Yeah, that was good. Let's run that back, guys. We're gonna listen to it again. Let's turn it up a little bit more so you guys can hear it better. I feel like we need a piano version only, like on YouTube, like you did with the Sleepy Time. I've successfully hidden my terrible humming vocals. Yeah, chat, I was trying to, I'm trying to like turn Joe into a vocalist. So I was like, he was saying what he was gonna stream that night. And I was like, your challenge is you have to like sing or hum like a backtrack for it. But he hid them so well that I can't even tell that they're there. Oh, wait. Maybe I did hear a little. I think it's in my head. I think I'm gonna lighten up the flippers a little. I'm just gonna imagine it's you hitting those. No, you found it. Yeah. I'm gonna imagine it's you just hitting those high notes we're hearing. Like Joe actually has a crazy vocal range. None of us knew. I basically have 6 different tracks with different humming notes for the entire song. Dang. Joe's got the skills to pay the bills. All right, I think I might be going too crazy on... I was like, guys, I'm not gonna go too crazy on shading this. And then I proceeded to go crazy. All right, let's do... I just want to shade the eyes. I was stressing last night, lol. There was 6 different vocalist streamers watching me last night. That's amazing. Yeah, that pressure's on, man. I'm sure they were probably impressed. I'm not sure how many like composers attempt to... Actually, I could be wrong. I feel like maybe like pop song composers do, but I'm not sure about like like typical like film composers. I'm not sure if they do. They liked it. I was shocked. Yeah, let's go. At least they weren't like, yo, stop singing, it's terrible. That'd have been a little bit sad. Okay, so here we go. We got duck layer. Now we need to do the color fills. For me. It's a me, Mario. For real. Only hot does see that. I don't think guys have ever heard... Wait, maybe I have. I'm trying to think if I've ever heard you sing. I don't know if I ever have. Okay, guys, hold up. We need to steal the green color from my original character. Because I want to make sure that my green shirt stays. So we've evolved from a hoodie into a green shirt. I'm just going to do this like I did the duck. I'm just going to base fill everything with the color. I don't know why this Minecraft song has like Billie Eilish vibes to it. It actually does. It does have Billie Eilish vibes. Hold up, let's run it back. I feel like we need to hear this a third time. I think it's the piano, yeah. But also like, I feel like it's whatever's making like the, I can't mimic it. You know those like the high kind of like melody type sounds? Like that kind of like, whatever makes that sound. Yeah, it kind of like almost sounds like someone singing. But like in a really like chill kind of way. Guys, I don't know anything about music. The sliding sound. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys remember the from Finding Dory, the beluga whale Bailey. Earlier yesterday, Joe was like mimicking the sound in this song and he low-key sounded like the whale. So that I doubled humming with, so it's like slightly out of key but makes it feel really human. Yeah, it has a nice like organic vibe to it. It does sound like it's actually somebody like singing it. Yeah, this track is gonna pop off, guys. Also, Joe is really, really close to 1,000 subscribers. And it would mean a lot if you guys went over to his YouTube channel, which you'll see in the description of my stream. You can just click on that and go subscribe to him. It'll get 50 views and negative posts. No, people are gonna love it. Everybody loves Minecraft. But this is like even better, I dare say. But yeah, guys, head over to Joe's YouTube if you could. If you care about music and you care about supporting artists and creativity, then I definitely recommend also watching Joe's streams. They're very interesting. Yeah, we gotta shout out to Joe because he's very close. Didn't you say you're gonna do something special for 1,000 subs, aren't you? This could be hearsay, guys. Okay, he's gonna do something. Have you figured out what it's gonna be? Oh, it's gonna be this track. Oh, so guys, until he gets enough subscribers, we're not getting this track for us to listen to. That's what I'm hearing. I have another one, but it needs more time. Okay. All right, everyone, please go subscribe. We need to hear this track. I need it on Spotify, like ASAP. I'll just put it on loop while we stream. So you guys are literally, you're hearing an unreleased song. This is actually kind of crazy. feel like that's reason enough to go sub to Joe. Music and art go hand in hand, so. I feel like this is such a pleasant shade of green. I feel like I might paint like an accent wall in my room this color. Content demon. Oh my gosh. Alright, we're just gonna play it a 4th time. And then we'll go back to the other track. And then maybe we'll listen to it again. We're just gonna one more time. I feel like it fits today's vibe. It's giving the canned food. The green giant or something. Wow. Wow, Joe. I was thinking like, I don't know, soft shades of green from spring. But no. Leave it to Joe. It's giving canned food. Just what every artist wants to hear. That too. Although I feel like I just said you sounded like the whale from Finding Dory, so I feel like we're even now. I think what we need to do is challenge you to like do like a karaoke night. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, that's a popular brand. Billions of people know that. Know that can. Yeah, I mean, that's true. But maybe that, like, if it's too close, wouldn't the company, like, sue me? I feel like that's probably an L. Maybe instead of dogs, you can start doing daily canned food characters. I'll keep that in mind. You know? There you go. Chat, is it the way out? This could be it. I could just do like, what if I comboed it though? Like, it's like canned food branding, but at Swiss Silly Ducks. That actually could be a thing. All right, this looks like we got all of it. Yes, yes we did. Oh. Ruining our line work. Okay. So now we got our base fill. Let's do... should we work from the bottom up? Yeah, let's do that. Pants. Let's grab this shade of blue. Or should I? No, I don't think so. I think we're just gonna do like... We're gonna do like a light denim that's the same kind of like hue as the blue that's from like my background. I think that's what we're gonna do. Kind of going for like color harmony here. Guys, I can't wait to make the art for this song. At this point, Joe doesn't really have a choice. I just make it without him knowing, and then I'm like, oh, here's your album cover. The day I'll know I'm fired is if Joe just hires an artist without telling me and then releases a song and it's not my artwork, then I'm gonna know I'm fired. And it's over. I mean, low-key, for the rest of my life, you'll make out my album EP covers. Let's go. That's job security, guys. That's what we call that. I don't know why I would even hire anyone else. I feel like the only reason you could is like, what if you did a collab with an artist and like they had a very specific like album style and you'd want to like mix the two? I feel like that could be like a reason. Do the shirt. I think I'm gonna stick with the same. Actually, I'm gonna make the shoes black because I have like a black pair of Van shoes. Before I had them like orange, but I feel like I don't want too much contrast there. Wait, you're right. Never mind. I don't want to hear help anymore. Wow, guys, that was easy. I'm fired. All right, should we listen to some Horizons again and then make come back to that song in a couple minutes? Do. Make sure you guys can hear. Okay. See where that spider is. Great, I don't see it. That doesn't bode well. Alright, and then we'll do the bass like the Grace community really liked your artwork for the piano version. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, that was fun to do. That was a very, very different style than what I usually do. That was kind of fun. I like trying, you know, different styles. All right, so for the shirt, we're gonna have the green, but I'm gonna darken it. We might lighten it later, but I think I'm gonna start with like the darker base. Do 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 do. Yeah, if you guys don't already know, Joe's actually famous. He wrote the lobby theme song for the Roblox game Grace. And he made a piano cover version recently that's really good. And I believe you also have like the piano like sheet music for it, don't you? So if y'all play piano and you want a chill song, I recommend it. I feel like if I was gonna learn an instrument, I'd learn piano. But there's a part of me that's like, oh, drums kind of look fun. Like, that's always an option. Alright, for the skin, I'm gonna go for like a warmer shade here. Piano is the best instrument. I feel like you say that a little bit biasly, Joe. Because it's like the one he's best at. But I have to agree, I do really like piano. Oops, I did not want to unseparate those layers. I feel like piano can feel like really quiet and like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like really like chill, and it can sound very like peaceful, but then like you can also use that same piano to make like a really full sounding song. So I think it's kind of fun, like the diversity. Right? It's so flexible, yeah. If I had to pick a second favorite, oh, what would I choose? I feel like I don't want to sound like basic and choose like violin, but like I feel like violin's kind of also very flexible. But like cello also is like up there with violin. I like the deeper sounds you can get with a cello. But there's something about like those high sounds of a violin that's really lovely. But then there's like, I feel like flute's really pretty, or clarinet. I don't know. It's hard to choose like a second favorite. Just don't choose one. Wait, why is it? Oh, I changed it to green. Shoot. Hold up, guys. What did I just do? Some mistakes were made. Do, 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 do. Alright, what time are we? Almost 5? Okay, cool. I think we're gonna be able to get this done. I'm really hoping we can. Do 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 do. All right, for my hair, the problem is like right now, my hair is like a reddish color, but I'm not sure how long I'm actually gonna have that. Like, I think I'm gonna dye it black again. So do I just do like? I can always come back and change it. Let's just do a dark brownish red color. I doubt anyone's gonna actually be able to see. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let's just take this fill layer. At some point, I'd like to bleach my hair so I can do more fun colors. But it gets expensive, guys. At this point, it's easier just to stick with like darker colors. So I can just do it with like a box dye. You know, and I think I need to fix the earrings here. There we go. And then here. Do 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 do. This is a good track. I feel like this one's chill too. But like chill fun. Like a fun chill. Okay, maybe we hit it with a little bit of red. Oh. Okay, maybe not that. I feel like mine's more... It's more like... kind of like that, where the sun hits it. But the ends are actually black because I had black hair dye in when I dyed it. And it only dyed what I had grown out. So like, it was giving like... It's giving like anime hair. Which I kind of like. What if I do like a cool blue on the end? Okay, that's kind of nice. I feel like the red with the green shirt's actually kind of nice. Okay, let's shade the pants a little bit. Do 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 do. Yeah, the light's kind of like coming from behind. And then we need like a slightly more, whoops. A little lighter than that. Okay, there we go. Kind of like the texture this is giving. Do, 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 do. And then we're gonna go a little darker, just so we can push those darks. Just a little bit more. Do, do. All right, let's do the shirt. We'll grab this highlight from here. A little bit highlight there. Do 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 do, and then maybe a little bit more saturation there. I feel like shading the skin is not fun. This is the hard part. from what I learned from my watercolor teacher and from what I've watched, is you kind of go more towards red as you start to shade. That helps you like look lively, because if you went from like a tan to like a darker brown shade, it's not gonna look very alive. Do 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 do. Could I cheat and make myself look more tan than I actually am? Yes, I could, but I don't want to be dishonest. Unfortunately, I'm like a cave dweller, and I am very pale. It doesn't help that like I don't like to go out in the sun because I get like burnt, and I'm also worried about getting like skin cancer, so okay, the shirt here needs to be erased. Oh, wait a minute. No, we need to take this layer. There we go. Okay, this isn't looking bad. I can't say I love how the eyes turned out, but it is what it is at this point. It looked better when it was smaller, so I think that's a win. And do something like that, and then does it look a little goofy? Yes, it does. But you know what? I don't hate it. Let's do a little... what I call eyeshadow. Okay, maybe not that much. Alright. Let's put these together now on our... yeah, this file. So this is our little size guide here. That's the old file. Oh, I put that in a separate layer. Okay. Alright, this is me, the fill layer. I'm not forgetting anything, am I? I don't think so. Let's drag it over here and see. Okay, looking good. Also don't see the spider, which is very good. Alright, let's make this fill layer blue. I'm blue, ba da dee da dee da do 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 do. Alright, so now we need to add the duck. Where'd the duck layer go? Okay, let's also save this in case something crashes. Okay, this is so cute. Hold up, we're on to something. Alright, so we just need to shrink me down. About that size. And we'll shrink the duck. I think I had the duck about a little above my knee. Maybe I should make him a little bit bigger. That's pretty cute. I think we need to make the eyes. I want him to look like he's looking up kind of at me, but not looking up too much. think that's probably good. Alright, so now we need to make the little paint puddles. And we also need to add in the text, which I'm pretty sure I have here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Where is this layer? Okay. This is also the font I created for the children's book, so it's actually my own handwriting, which is kind of fun. Oh, Photoshop, you are so slow. So slow. Okay. Now we'll do the paint. I feel like I need to look up. Maybe we should like... I guess they don't have to be perfectly aligned. Depends on how even I want them to be. But like, they're gonna be about... Where's my brush? Let's start with red. About that wide each one. Hold up, guys, I'm locked in. I want to make sure I get this how I want it. Okay, now we'll grab all these. And there is like an evenly divide button up here. Let's put these into a little layer. All right, the center of the canvas is here. All right, so we need to move me back a little bit. Bit by bit. Inch by inch, pixel by pixel. That seems good. Okay. Let's get rid of the old illustration underneath so we don't get distracted. And we're gonna lower the opacity on this. Alright, so we're starting with red. So the paint's kind of like spilled out and around. Splattered. We could have it like drip over. You know what I mean? Like imagine it was like there's like an edge that we're kind of running on. That's an option. Then the text would go above it. Okay, right now it looks questionable because it's red. But don't worry, it's paint. And then what I want to have like mixed in is like some of the paint in here. Because the colors are going to get mixed as they go along. And then we get purple. Little paint drop there. Again, we're probably going to have to clean this up. Little paint here. And then some of that would get mixed into here. I'm trying to figure out how I want to blend this. I might try using a blender brush afterwards. That might be kind of nice. Alright, so blue here. Do, do, do. Do, do. And I think I should probably have the paint like splattering out here because they're stepping in it. Because I did like that about my original banner, is that it looked like it had like the paint getting splattered. Do, 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 do. Also found that looks like water under the duck since we're at blue there. Do, 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 do. Okay, so then we had like purple kind of mixing in here. And then maybe we have like some purple paint flying off that one flipper. Okay, we got this going. Now we're on the blue. And so there's gonna be some blue paint coming off my shoe. But with a little like that mixed in. And then some purple. And then we gotta make some blue in here with a tinge of purple in it. I kind of like the concept of like we're color mixing as we're jumping each little step here. Do do. Do 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 do. So we can make this one drip down further. Okay, so from there we'll go into like a green. I'm blobbing there. And maybe not spilling out quite that much. But I don't know if I like something like that. Okay, and then we need to have the blue in here. Then a little bit of purple. I think once we go through and we blend this, it's gonna look good. Alright, so now we're gonna go into a yellow. I think I should go a little cooler. Let's put this layer underneath so we don't see as much. Alright, so these ones haven't been stepped in, so they're gonna be more like little perfect. And then last one we're gonna do orange, and then it would loop back to the red. Whoops. Okay, this is so cute. You know, what we could do is just lower the text, I think. We might do that. All right, let's check out. I know I have some like blendy oil brushes here somewhere. Probably in my wet media. Let's see what happens with this. Well, that's a bit much. That's also a bit much. Maybe I'm looking for, maybe not a blender, but like something to smudge it with. Let's see what's in here. No. Surely there would be... Well, actually... No. Oh, that's very textured. What if we made it smaller, though? It's like I want it to look like it's smearing, but also maybe not that much. Wait, I just went back way too far. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. We have to go back and draw those. This is fine. We'll come back to and the orange. I think I'm gonna do like a more cooler yellow here. Gives us that bright yellow look. I can't really... Oh, you know what? Let's just use... Does Photoshop have like a... They have the blur tool. That might actually do the job. Here's a smudge. That's a smudge brush. Can we smudge with like this? Yes, we can. The question is if this is gonna be convincing. It will be from a bit of a distance, so I'm not worried too much about the hyper realism of it. As long as like the idea is conveyed. And then I think I'm gonna go through with the edges. I want to soften them out maybe. Or maybe I'll use this brush. This is the one I was using on the other collection. Kind of just give it a little bit of a subtle edge here. Yeah, half of me's wondering if I should have just gone in with this brush. Oh, actually that's probably what I should have done first. That's alright. I feel like we need to make this look a little bit more like a paint droplet here. Do I want to make this splat a little bit bigger? Maybe. Let's outline this just a little bit more. A little more variation in here. Also, it'll give it a little bit of that like watercolor look. Which would be good because I'm a watercolor artist. A little bit of this droplet in there. Try and make these look like they have a bit more energy to it. Do 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 do. All right, purple out of here. There you go. Just gently brush that in there. It's kind of like turquoise blue is kind of like very similar to like my theme color, but I just kind of like dulled it down a little bit. Like I like bright colors, but I think it was a bit too much. Do do do. Do do do. Do. Okay, after this song, this is the cafe. We'll re-listen to Joe's Cherry Blossom one because I kind of want to listen to it again. Do do do. Question, should I go ahead and shade these paint blobs as well? Oh, I don't know if I want to, how much I want to like go into detail. Well, I did shade the people. All right, now we just need to do the red one here. Do 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 do. Maybe this one won't drip as much as I had it originally. All right. Think we're cooking. Maybe we just add some like, I think we just need some like maybe some specular highlights. I don't want to go too crazy on them. But just kind of like give it a little more shape, I think. Do 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 do. Because this is gonna get really, really small. Like, wait till I show you guys. It's gonna be like just pretty much pixel art. Once it's actually the size, it's gonna be. It's a little bit tragic, but it is what it is. Yeah, and we could always make more changes eventually. So it's pretty light actually. Do 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 do. All right, that's the end of that. Let's listen to this again. I think I like this. I do wonder if I should go through. I feel like I want to up the saturation. Also, I think I went a little too light. like the skin's kind of needs higher saturation. Before, after. That's a very subtle difference. I don't know if you guys can even see that. Alright, let's use a softer airbrush. There we go. That fixes it. Okay, so for the text, yeah, I wonder if we want to take, like, what if, hear me out. Like, what if we shadowed that a little bit? I think it's better just to leave it open the way it is. I did kind of want to add in like little like jump lines from, well, let me turn on smoothing. Like that kind of thing. That'll make it a little cute, you know? Okay, I do like that. We're gonna leave that. All right, let's put this all over into, I think it's this file. Yeah, see how big this is right now? It needs to all be shrunk down. Because it has to fit in here. It's gonna be really pixelated. Okay, maybe... Because I don't want the text too much lower than what I had. Maybe something like that. Where'd the text go? Here we go. Stick that up top. Maybe I need to make the text a different color. Let's center this on the canvas. And a canvas. There we go. Alright, so I think I can go a little lower. And then with this, I think we can go a little bit higher without losing too much. I think I need to stick these all in a folder. Let's center this as well. There we go. Yeah, that definitely got tiny. All right, let me get rid of the guide. That's kind of what we're looking at. Yeah, I feel like the font maybe needs darker. Let's do something. That's better. Maybe we should put like a little drop shadow on it. And maybe white. Wait, there's a way to do this. Here we go. But I don't want it. Here we go. Let's do like maybe just one. That's not bad. I do feel like the background's a little bit boring though. Where did we go wrong? Or maybe we should have... I feel like we need something that's kind of like under there. Okay, that's kind of cute. I'll save this. I'll save this as well. I think I have to see it up there. Here's what we can do. Wait, that's the wrong text. Let's take a screenshot and put it into like our pure ref. I have like a screenshot of my YouTube channel. We can kind of visualize what it's gonna look like. Oh, that's actually kind of cute. Like, here's the old banner. I feel like it has a lot more character to it. But I'm wondering if, like, the background needs... Hold on, let's play the music so it can inspire us. I feel like the background almost needs, like, a texture or something. Should we put... like a canvas texture over it? Because I really do like... Alright. Where are the artists? Legacy patterns, artist, brushes, canvas. It's kind of nice. Lower the opacity a wee bit. I feel like linear light's gonna be our best bet. Let's try... That's a nice texture. Do we scale it up or down? That's the question. They do have some, like, water, like, color paper. Oh, these you don't really even see. How about, oh, grayscale paper? I feel like I get in texture rabbit holes. That's not bad. They made that bigger. Oh, not that big. I think I'm leaning back towards this canvas. But maybe smaller. Yeah, that's kind of cute. The question is, should we put it over the whole design? We might want to increase the scale then, or decrease the scale. Because I am gonna do a lot more fine art this year. I like that. All right, let me export this. Questions I gotta find. I made a new file for this. Ba ba ba, YouTube. Somewhere here. I literally just created it. My goodness. Where did I put that? Illustration. Maybe I put it on our website. Oh, I did. No, I didn't. I didn't put it on our website. It's under my YouTube. It might take me like eons to find this. I did a terrible job at keeping it organized when I first started customizing my YouTube channel. That's the problem. And then I went ahead and just kind of kept stuffing them down in those files, but the names aren't actually correct for what they are. But I just made a new one, but I can't remember what I stuck that under. Some mistakes were made. No, not under here. I wonder if I stuck it under... Who wants to place bets how long it's going to take me to find this file? Oh, I found it. I found it. Let's go. I think it can be a JPEG. I think so. Let's play this song again. The thing is, I don't think I can edit my YouTube channel while I'm streaming, so guys, I'll have to update you on it a little bit later if it worked, if it looks nice. But I think we've got... Bro, I zoomed in way too far. Yeah, see how small it is though? Like, this is the ratio. I can show you guys. So this size guide I have will show you. I stole this off the internet. And then it has overlays in my old one. But like on all devices within these blue lines here, you know that your banner is going to get shown. And then on desktop, it will show this extra on the side. And then if you have it on a TV, it'll show like the whole thing. So when you're trying to make your banner to fit for YouTube, you pretty much have to make sure that everything important is in this section. That way, if someone pulls it up on like their phone or whatever, it's not going to be cut off. But it is a very tiny section. All right, let's just do a little mock-up on our own in Photoshop so you guys can see what it's gonna look like. I'm also curious what it's gonna look like, so grab this whole section. Photoshop's not having it today. Okay, I think I grabbed everything in here. Here's what we're gonna do. We'll grab a pretty large screen capture of this just in case. We missed a spot here. Okay. And then we just put that in there. And we expand it. Oh, is it gonna fit? All right, this is how... I think that's about even. This is how it's gonna look. So we're gonna have to work on like a profile picture as well at some point. But I like this, guys. This is what it looked like before. And this is what it looks like now. I feel like it's more fun. My other one was a little bit more serious, but I feel like I'm leaving my serious era. I feel like this is cute. Also like the texture. So we got to think about for the profile. Oh, kind of like... I don't dislike the one I have now. I mean, I could do like a picture, like a real picture of me. I don't know. Oh, hello, Ren Sprout. Hi, you just showed up on my... Okay, it's the first time I've seen your channel. Nice. I gotta go, but I wanted to tell you that I took a quick look at your channel and I think you're doing great. Oh, thank you so much. Well, thank you for stopping by. It's always nice to see someone in the comment sections, and I'm glad you enjoyed seeing my stuff. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with the profile picture, but I think we got a good step forward with the banner. I feel like this is kind of gonna like set the stage for my rebranding, kind of, one might say. So yeah. I think maybe I'll ask some family members what they think. I think that's what I'll do. But I definitely think the banner's a win. Let me make sure all these are saved. Okay, let me save this one. Okay, that was saved. Yeah, I think this is really cute. Where is my Pura file? I mean, we went from like, this was the rough idea to having this. So I think that's good. I could just do like, I mean, I could have like a little duck as my profile picture, maybe like holding a paintbrush. That would be kind of cute. But then I feel like it kind of needs to have maybe a little more personality than that. I just don't know. Guys, what are we gonna do? Here's what we can do. Hold up. I have an idea. We're just gonna block in. I know I'm gonna have this blue fill color. So let's just put that in there. Cover this up. My old design, which I am a little sad to see go. Maybe I could just put a canvas texture over it and keep it. But I never like fully established the art style for that chibi character of myself, so I don't know if I really want to stick with it, you know what I mean? I don't know. Okay, we could do a little duck. Your style is not something we see nowadays. It's really pretty. Oh, really? Thank you so much. I feel like I used to really stress about like what my style was and trying to like find it or develop it, but I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, I think my style will develop for the rest of my life. So I kind of just make something, and however it comes out is however my art style is. I didn't have like I don't have like one person in particular that I really look up to. So I think I like pull a lot of different things from different artists that I really like. So it's kind of like a combination of like little things I love from other artists, and then also just things I've like, I guess, picked up on my own, or just like habits. And that's pretty much what my style is at this point. That's the best. Yeah, it's nice like not stressing about it too much anymore. I feel like maybe I wish I could go back in time and tell myself to not worry about it, but the combination, I mean, oh, very good point. Yeah. Yeah, being able to like combine what you like as well as what you like from other people, I think is probably one of the best ways to end up with an art style you're happy with. Okay, so we could do a little duck. Maybe like maybe just the head like here. And then maybe, oh, I got an idea. Maybe they're like looking upwards. Oh, that looks really great. All right. And then maybe they like happy, and they're holding like a paintbrush, and the paint's kind of like covering this section as they're painting downwards. And so they're like painting over the screen maybe. That would be kind of fun. That's definitely really good hands I just drew there. The problem is like, how do we fit everything in? Maybe we draw the paintbrush first. So the paintbrush would be like, kind of like that. Oh, we could get fun with it and like bend the handle of the brush. So it's kind of like fisheye effect, because we are dealing with like a round profile. And then we would have, let's do like green as our other color, since that's like my shirt color here. We're doing like the green and blue. And then we like the paint maybe dripping down. Like that kind of a deal. Or we could do... Oh, let me put on the music we listened to before. Let's put on track. I think I like track number 2. I think I like that one. Okay. We could do this other one. We could just do... We could do like a paint splat. Or then maybe... Or it could be the duck again, but like maybe it's like sitting in here, resting on the edges. No. I just don't know with this one. I think I'm just gonna have to wait on this, guys. I can't. I'm out of ideas today. Nothing's really sticking with me that I love, you know? If I don't love it, I don't want to commit to it yet. But the banner is done, which is good. I think it turned out really cute. I really like the texture of the canvas too. I'm getting into like adding textures to my artwork, and I like doing that. I'm happy with it. But I'm going to... So I can't update it right now while I'm streaming. But I'm going to... Let me turn this down so I can focus. As soon as I end stream, I'm going to update it. So if you guys want to take a look at it then, that's where it's going to be. And I'll also probably post a picture of it on Instagram. But guys, I'm going to wrap things up for today. And I won't be back next week, but I'll be back the following week streaming on a regular schedule. And I think we're going to do some gouache painting, probably some storyboard studies, and probably another portrait. We're probably going to draw another portrait on stream like we did. Was that yesterday? No, that was Wednesday. We did that Wednesday. Because that's one of my goals this year, is getting better at portraits again. So that's probably what we're going to do. Not next week, but the following week. And I'll be in a different time zone because I'm visiting family. It'll be... So right now, I'm starting at 4 Eastern. It'll be technically 3 Eastern time when I start. I might stream longer out there. I'm not sure. I'll keep you guys updated on my Instagram. Usually in my stories, I post stuff about that. But guys, thank you everybody for watching for a great stream. We got some work done. I hope everybody has a nice weekend, and I'll be seeing you guys all next time. Until next time, everybody, keep on creating.